That's right. Hey, welcome back to another edition of Ego on Break. I'm your host, Dynamite J. Andrews. Got the Mississippi Madman, Logan Creed, sitting to my left. Yeah. And today we're going to talk a little bit about Ring of Honor, the past 3 episodes, and basically kind of where Ring of Honor is going after the Pure Wrestling Tournament, kind of the style and things that they're putting forth. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do.
I think MLW started back, but I haven't watched any new yet.
They have started back. I haven't watched any new either.
Maybe this week I'll get the next 2 up and we can talk about it.
Right. So hopefully within the coming few weeks we can get some MLW back up too. But Ring of Honor, what do you think so far? A thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, thumbs down?
I watched 3 shows, so which one am I doing?
All 3. Yeah. Just general direction.
I'd get about a quarter of the way all the way up.
So almost all the way up. Yeah, I mean I'm with you on that. They're continuing the Pure Wrestling. Mm-hmm. I think every episode's had 1 match, maybe. Yeah,
because I missed one. That's what I was just telling you. I saw the Brody King versus Dalton Castle.
But we'll start back, I guess, 3 weeks ago or 3 episodes, whatever. We got Dak Draper and Brian Johnson. Both of these guys were the alternates for the tournament.
Oh, okay.
If you know someone got hurt or got COVID or whatever, they would have stepped up. And so they did the little like bio, kind of telling about each guy. And I really enjoyed this, but I think I really enjoyed the Brian Johnson guy more. And I think the reason I did is because he reminded me a lot of O'Shea Edwards. I'm a big fan of O'Shea, and their promo style is very similar. Where it's like, you can't hold me back, you can't stop me, I'm going to do this even if you don't believe in me, that kind of thing. And I was like, you know what, this would be cool, like if they brought O'Shea in to be his tag partner or something, like down the line, like they have a similar style, so they could have that similar motivation to go after the tag belts or something. So it was pretty cool. I know O'Shea got the Shane Taylor's promotions thing, so hopefully we see him show up there. But overall, this was a solid match. Dak Draper did win, and I was a little disappointed in that. Not because it was horrible, because Dak Draper's really good. It's just I kind of got behind Brian Johnson, was rooting for him.
I'll go back and watch that one. I just didn't.
But definitely a solid match. At least I looked up a highlight video on YouTube, so there's a highlight of that match. Mm-hmm. So at least watch the highlight. It was pretty good. And then we get Brody King and Dalton Castle.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And all of this, this is just going toward like revamping the heavyweight division, the title division. And honestly, Brody King as champion could be really cool.
And so he seemed like he's trying to do something a little different with his character too.
Yeah. So, and said he sings in like a punk band called God's Hate.
Okay.
So that was pretty different. I didn't realize he was a musician. So. Musician, luchador, and
just a badass, period.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Brody King for a while.
I was more than glad that he beat Dalton Castle.
Yeah, first I saw him, I was watching, I don't know if it was Ring of Honor or if I just saw him in like some training videos.
First place I ever saw him.
But he came from Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy or whatever, and their head trainer there's Joey Chaos from XPW.
Really?
Yeah, so it was pretty cool, and I think maybe that's where I saw him first, but I can't guarantee that.
I saw him on MLW, and he was fighting my POC, OPC, whatever that his name is. Pierre Carl Roulette. PCO. I had it every way but the right way.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Yeah, but that's the first person I ever saw him fighting. It was just a big old damn brawl.
Yeah.
So he can do every style. That's what I like about him.
He's cool, and he beat Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed this match.
Shut out Pile Driver.
Yep.
And Night Dalton.
That's it.
Should have kept the boys.
Yeah. Where are the boys?
I have no damn idea.
I think last I saw they were like OVW.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yep. So the next episode after that, it was pretty good. Saw Kenny King versus Shane Taylor.
That was the best match on the.
And told the story of how kind of like Shane Taylor got into Ring of Honor, part of Rebellion or whatever, with Kenny King and Rhett Titus and Cedric Alexander, and how the matches have went, the history and all that. And it was pretty cool.
King had 2 wins to his 0.
Yep.
So this was.
And like Shane Taylor didn't do the handshake at the beginning.
Nope. He did at the end.
Yeah, he was like, "I got to see you
he
as
gave him a hug.
Yeah. But he was like, I got to see you as an opponent, not as a friend or whatever. And it was a heck of a match.
Yeah, that was probably the best Shane Taylor match I've ever seen, to be honest.
Definitely one of the top Kenny King matches.
Yeah, I agree, because Kenny sometimes gets sloppy.
Yep.
And wasn't nothing about it sloppy. It was a nice match.
It was a great story told, so I dig it. And Shane come out on top.
Yep.
Right, yep. And we saw SOS versus the Briscoes.
This match I like, because I've only seen SOS like 2 times.
Yeah, this was my second time seeing them. First time was a 6-man.
That's what I saw.
And EC3 came out and was on commentary. And I don't know where they're going with this
I ain't figured
character.
it out.
It's very, very weird.
Yeah, because this week's even made it weirder.
Yeah. But he comes out and he basically, once the match is over, he just stands in the walkway, like looking down and won't.
Just looking at the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
they looking for some change. What the hell?
Maybe he's got that homeless thing going on. You know?
You got a nickel.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's
And him in blue jeans, like when he wrestled this week, I'm just like, this don't look right.
it's different, which is what I like
know,
about
I guess that's what it is.
Like, I'm intrigued with where they're going with the essential character. Not sure I like it, but I'm intrigued by it. And I definitely dig the fact that, you know, like in some of the videos and stuff they showed, there's more people with him.
Yeah.
So I've got an idea who they are, but I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
He's looking to see if honor is real, more or less what he's
Yep.
trying to say.
But it's really weird. But Jay took offense of it and was like, "What's your problem?"
Standing in the middle
And,
of the fall.
So basically, Jay challenged him to a match the
He
next
looked like
week.
me when I used to drink. I mean, legit. That guy looked at me. Yeah, I'd be like that back in the day.
And we start this week's episode off with that match.
That match, that
with
surprised me.
EC3 versus Jay Briscoe. So just goes to show you anybody can be open a match.
Yeah, because even the commentators were talking about how this is a main event anywhere.
Yeah. What'd you think of the match?
Hated the ending, but besides that, I'm trying to figure out what he's doing, because at one point
He was
they
like
doing the
sacrificing
pull
himself.
apart. Yeah, he's doing the arms spread wide open. He's like, just take it, get it. And he's jumping him, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That's what intrigues me is I can't predict where it's going.
No, I mean the match was not good because it was so short.
Wasn't a
they
match.
didn't do
I
anything.
mean,
you know,
it
so
was
I can't judge it as a
20
match.
seconds long, yeah.
But as far as building a story, I'm going, what the hell's going on? And I want to find out. So.
I did like the Queen McKay chick or whatever. She's like, let's catch Jay Briscoe and find out what's going on.
Yes.
And she was like, Jay, why did you choose to end it like that? And he's like, F that guy.
Because F him. That's exactly what he said.
So that's pretty
And
cool.
they're like, beep. Yeah.
Then we get a pure, I don't know,
It
pure
was a
rules
pure
match.
Yeah, it was a pure
And
match.
it was LSG who was.
That's the guy you was telling me about. I had not
Yeah.
seen him work until
He's
now.
part. No, you have seen him work.
Maybe it's as a tag team. I'm saying
Yeah,
in the pure
yeah,
title thing. I didn't see him. work.
He
I
was
missed his
part
match.
of Coast to Coast back in 2019. They had a
God,
little
is that who
successful
he
run.
was?
Yep.
Okay.
And you know, whatever reason that tag team isn't no more, and he impressed me. LSG, Leon Saint Giovanni,
Yeah.
LSG, and he took on Jay Lethal, and man, what a match!
Like I said, I enjoyed the match. I don't agree with the way they do it. That's a judge's call. Like I was telling you, I wish they'd give him 5 more minutes and then go to a judge's call.
Well, I wish the judges would come out.
Yeah, because I'm
Like I think that instead of just sending out a paper,
if they were at least sitting ringside.
yeah,
Because
I mean-
otherwise you're just like, they're just making this shit up.
yeah. I mean, that was my only thing is I
Yeah,
just wish the
I
judges
agree.
would be there, or at least at some point, maybe before the match starts, you show them in the back watching on a monitor or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, like, did you agree with the call? Because it looked to me like LSG
I did not.
had it.
I
I'm
did
like,
not agree.
I don't understand the call. That's why I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm just like, even Jay Lethal's like, he didn't get it.
Yeah,
He's like, you had me. Why am I winning?
right.
And he goes, don't worry, I'll give you another match.
I like that Cedric tried to like guess at why he would have won and said,
Because he used the first road
right.
break.
Which okay, whatever. You know, at least they were grasping at something.
But Jay had like used the road break too.
But he didn't
just-
use it first. You know,
I guess. But who was in control at the end?
right.
I mean, that's kind of how they do in UFC. Is like whoever has more control.
I don't know. Like
I'd
say,
like to go back and rewatch the match and kind of just
and maybe
judge it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, I'd give it to LSU.
I mean,
I didn't get it.
he reversed Jay's moves. You know, like he had scouted the little hip toss
He's in a
drop kick
submission
thing
at
or
the
whatever.
end.
Yep. So
I just didn't get it. It seemed like he got more reversals and everything than Jay did.
I definitely would have gave it the opposite way. So, and then the main event, which I did not see,
You didn't miss nothing.
but it was Matt Taven versus Bateman, and Bateman is part of the Righteousness group with Vincent. Isn't that his name?
Yeah, Vincent.
So you have to fill us in on what happened.
It's pretty simple, short match, 5-6 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer, about 8 tops. Taven won with a roll up.
Okay.
He missed a frog splash. The guy goes to pick him up, and he kind of does a
Like inside
cradle type move, and wins the match. And then Vincent jumps him from behind, and he's Bateman's holding him, doing the old
like punch
full Nelson, and he's got a dart, and he's just sitting there doing this with the dart, and he's like, and about that time the lights go out, and Mike Bennett comes out and saves it.
So we get a reunited kingdom.
Yeah, Kingdom reunited.
That's pretty cool.
And the only part I had a problem with this, and I have a problem with anybody that does this, but he comes in, makes a save, and he knocks the guy down. The thing's in the corner. Get up, get up, get up. I'm like, why aren't you on top of him whooping his ass?
Can't hit my finisher if he.
But it was like he's waiting to do the spear, and I watched Bennett work. I've never seen him do the damn spear. So I'm like, why aren't you at least kicking him out of the ring?
Yeah.
That was the only problem I had with it. I mean, besides that, I get it. Mike Bennett was big in ROH. I think he's been not very good anywhere else.
I definitely think he probably made mistakes by chasing the buck.
Yeah. But maybe he's back, and maybe they're going to do something with him.
I hope so, because he's a good worker.
No, that's what I always said. I was like, the best thing you did is Ring of Honor, and now he's back. I was like, thank God.
Yep. I think he was like, he got pretty big in Ring of Honor pretty fast, and so he never really had that time to be a top guy.
Yep.
Like, and so when the other promotions grabbed him, they grabbed him like they were grabbing an AJ or a Punk or a Joe, and he wasn't quite there. You know what I mean? Like,
it was also WWE at that point was signing everybody.
Well, he went to Impact first.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, but he wasn't there long.
No.
Maybe a couple of months, but after that he went to WWE, and it just WWE was signing everybody and doing nothing with anybody.
Right.
They're doing nothing with Aleister Black. People were just talking about that. How like he's sitting on the sidelines because Vince sees nothing in him.
Well, I think it's one of those, WWE is becoming the new WCW in the fact that when you have 500 or 600 wrestlers on your roster, you can't do anything with anybody.
But AEW's the same way.
They're growing.
Packed, damn dark he is now.
So
man.
it's growing for sure.
They got some matches I want to watch this week, but I hadn't had a chance.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it either. But yeah, so overall, I kind of dig the new direction of Ring of Honor. I'm glad they're continuing pushing the pure title.
Me too.
John Walters is returning.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
I ain't seen him in probably 10 years, if not more.
You know, he worked under a different name for a while, like down in Mexico and out in like Arizona or somewhere, and he was doing like a political type.
Was that him?
Yep. Where he was like, you know, I think one of the states out there had like a controversial like governor or something, so he was basically claiming like that's my daddy or some shit.
Okay.
It was kind of playing off of that, and reminds you a lot of the JBL character back in when he was feuding with Eddie. So leave it at that as far as describing it.
He's the guy who created the long blower or the back cracker, whatever you want to call it.
I just like John Walters for the Hurricane DDT. Like that's one of my favorite finishes. But overall, yeah, pretty cool.
Well, I was going to talk to you because I didn't watch Survivor Series. I have no desire to watch WWE. But Undertaker retired after 30 years at Survivor Series. And everything I've read is the show is absolutely horrible. But they said that his retirement was very, very sad. I have not watched it.
I watched Wrestling with Regret. He does a review of it. And he said most of Survivor Series was good.
Okay.
Said there was a couple things that were bad, but overall, I think he gave it like a B. But the one thing that I couldn't figure out was they brought a bunch of people back from like Undertaker's past, like a lot of the BSK guys or whatever, Kane and Shane and all these people. But then, like when the Undertaker's coming out, they send all those guys to the back. So Undertaker's not even in the ring with them. And then Vince kind of cuts a promo or whatever, Undertaker comes down.
Let's come out
And
with
kneels.
some makeup on,
Yeah.
like a damn clown.
Kneels down or whatever, and they've got a hologram of Paul Bearer there.
Yeah,
So that was pretty cool. That would have been, it would have been phenomenal with the crowd. Like, it was okay without.
I didn't think it was the time to do it.
But I get why they done it.
I mean, I get it, but I would have waited.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're trying to do the 30-year even thing, but without a crowd, to me, it looked pointless.
I mean, he's been retired for 3 or 4 years now. I mean, one match a year doesn't count, you know.
Like you said, and I said the same thing. If $1 million is thrown at him at Iraq, because a lot of people are still wanting the Sting Taker match, you can't tell me both of them wouldn't come hauling ass out of retirement.
Yeah, because I mean, they're dropping millions on people.
Yes.
So
like, these people don't even know who's alive. They wanted Yokozuna and Ultimate Warrior at one point. So, like, if they said Sting and Undertaker, and they were like, well, why not? Home did it.
Yeah. So I'd do it too. I'd be like, well, I retired in the United States, not here, you know.
Well, give me this before we go. You have a favorite feud with Undertaker besides Shawn Michaels. Everybody says the damn Shawn Michaels thing. Did you have one that you liked? His Foley stuff was great, I thought. Yeah. And his Kurt Angle stuff is what I really liked.
So him and Brett.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, and I kind of put it, I think I was 8 years old when The Undertaker debuted, and I was a diehard Hulkamaniac until I discovered The Undertaker. And I discovered The Undertaker, I swapped. And so I'd have to say that was probably my favorite, was the little bit of stuff he did with Hogan.
Really?
Just because that's where my hero was getting beat up, and I fell in love with the guy that beat him up. So for me, I'd have to say that, and it wasn't a lot, or at least what I remember it a lot.
No,
I mean, they could have done more. I don't really know, but
Tuesday in Texas, I want to say, was where he got the belt back.
But just that little bit of stuff, then it means a lot for me because I swapped. You know, like I was no longer a Hulkamaniac. I was like an Undertaker or whatever.
I don't remember what they were called. They were called.
I was a druid.
Yeah.
So I mean, that would have to be it for me. And I think I've been a diehard Taker fan up until American Badass, and when he came back looking like Terry Funk. I mean,
yes, I know what you're talking about.
I mean,
I like the American Badass gimmick because that's really him.
Right, so, but it wasn't the Undertaker to me. Like, I'm that
was the reason he tried to keep the
purple gloves guy. You know, like.
Well, I know a lot of people I saw it was Jim Cornette and Paul Bearer were talking about when Taker retires, and Paul Bearer said, which he's passed since then, you'll see the Undertaker as he was in the beginning at the end. And then I think he did it like once or twice, but he never did the full
gloves and all that.
I mean, he looked like a proctologist. Them damn gloves are so long. But I mean,
but it was just such a cool look.
Yeah, and he was always yanking on them. I always remember that. And him being slow as Christmas. He moved like a dead man. He had that gimmick down, and later on he adjusted the gimmick over the years.
I mean, I even like when he went Devil Worshipper and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like
on Austin on that symbol, not cross.
I mean, that, or maybe the little bit of stuff that happened with when he was with Jake, and they were like the whole Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth, the Ultimate Warrior, that kind of era.
When Jake actually made the save. You remember that? They were going to turn Jake face, but that's after Jake did Jake turned. I'm sorry. It was WrestleMania 9 because his last.
Because he turned back bad guy to go with Taker.
I said the wrong way. I meant bad. Taker turned on Jake and saved Elizabeth from getting hit with a chair as she come through the door because Macho was coming behind her.
Right.
That's what changed. I said it backwards. My bad.
And then maybe the other thing, and probably catch a little flack from this, but remember the Survivor Series where the Undertaker was an All-American?
Yes. No, I love that picture, man. That's an awesome picture. I
just remember the build-up was like, you know, they had like Tatanka, and then he got took out, and they had somebody else, and he got took out, and then finally the other one, I'm an American, and he opens the trench coat, and he's got the flag sewn in, and they said he hated that. Like,
really?
Yeah, said that.
But then we become the American Badass and carry the American flag everywhere, so that makes perfect sense.
So like, that was the only time the flag was in the coat. Like, his dog tore it up or something. Like, dog ate my homework or something.
Oh, wow.
But maybe that. I mean, I don't know. Like,
No.
I'll tell you. Here's my feud. You ready? This is my favorite feud.
King Mabel?
No, Giant Gonzalez.
Why?
I don't know.
Horrible.
It's great, man. Like,
Horrible.
think about it.
He comes out at the Royal Rumble and beat the hell out of Taker.
Giant Gonzalez beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah. He also
I mean,
fought Kyle Lee, which was horrible.
Yeah, but
too.
the fact that the Undertaker was undefeated, but yet he won by DQ, so does it count?
Yeah.
But the fact that Giant Gonzalez has a argument that he was the first person to beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania, come on, man.
They pulled out because I remember him going, "Can you smell that?" And I'm like, "Y'all are an outside arena, but y'all can smell chloroform way over yonder, huh? Oh, y'all got some hell of a sinus clear."
I mean, think about the controversy. Like, if today's fans would have been there that day, and like how many people complain Brock beat Taker?
Yeah.
Like,
they really shit the bed there. Yeah, you're right. I would. I'd have been mad as hell. God, that'd been horrible.
Like, what was the conversation when we know you're like 9-0, but well, we ain't made a big deal out of it yet. So what if this guy beats you?
That's horrible.
We got this guy coming from WCW. He is he's a samurai warrior over there, or a UFO ninja or something.
Awful.
And we got this Sasquatch suit we're gonna put him in.
Body suit and paint.
He gonna be Bigfoot.
Ain't got no muscles, so we gonna paint some on him with some hair.
It helped.
Yeah, no, it did.
I mean, it definitely helped.
What was his name in WCW?
The Giant.
Was it the Giant?
Yeah. It was just the Spanish. Like El Gigante or something.
That was it.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, so
No.
Ring of Honor, Undertaker, and El Gigante walked into a bar. I mean,
no.
What a joke. So yeah, I guess that's it for this episode of Ego on Break.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to knock out MLW, and the next 2 weeks we can try and pick that up soon.
Cool. So until next time,
watch wrestling.
Watch wrestling.